Why have you chosen Barcelona for Neuro Business School?
Very open city. People are very friendly for the international students. Why do you think for your prospective students, Spain would be a nice destination?
The future and business and technology, students are looking for this intersection. So more than ever, Spain is not plan B. Spain is becoming the core destination for our students. Hello everyone, very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, in whichever part of the world you are. I bring you good tidings of the season. I have this incredible opportunity not just to introduce Miss Tatiana, who is the visionary, the director of Neuro Business School in Barcelona and Spain, but also I might even confess that she is a wonderful friend to me. So I genuinely appreciate her for her vision that she carries in her heart, for the heart she has for the student community. That is something so rare in today's world. So sharing the screen with you, Tatiana, is my greatest honor, and I could not expect for a greater way to end my year.
Thank you a lot, Babita. It's been a while since we started to work with you, and incredible, like crazy fast, very honest, very sincere, and what we value a lot when we start any kind of collaboration from the part of Neuro Business School, when it's not only professional, but it also goes the collaboration from your heart. So thank you a lot for that.
Absolutely. I think we are able to build this organic relationship also based on the kind of response we get from the other side as well. So I believe this is a very good marriage at this point of time. So Tatiana, as discussed, there are some pressing questions that we could address in today's session that would create a lot of impact on our student community, on our agent community, and any other stakeholders involved in this entire ecosystem. Could you please introduce Neuro Business School and explain in simple terms what neuro business actually means? I mean, I understand the pedagogy and I find it extremely fascinating, and you've explained me a lot of core values of your school. I've carried this in my heart, but I hope you can take this moment to explain to the community that is listening, what is neuro business?
Thank you a lot for this question. Take a look. Neuro Business School was founded in order to help the students to build their future. What education is today? The education is your step towards your future. So what means that? Meanwhile, you select your business school or any kind of educational university that you're going to study in, you need to think about your future. Okay, what I'm going to do after my studies. So I've been working in the education before for a long time, and what I've seen, there are plenty of business programs, but business programs are not touching psychology. We also have program in artificial intelligence, but we cannot go to artificial intelligence if we still communicate with human beings. So psychology for us, for Neuro Business School, is one of the basics that we include in all our programs. Second one part, a lot of business programs, and they still talk about focus groups in marketing. No, it's not possible. So what we do in Neuro Business School, we have 3 circles of 3 main parts in all our programs, which none of the business schools have by now. Like, they started to copy. Like, we'll always be the first ones, and we'll always be the best ones for our side, because the selection of the professors we do. Take a look what we have. We have the part of the business. The part of the business is strategy, is finance, is like all the parts of the negotiation, communication. The part of psychology, which is very important in business, and the part of new technology. And here comes the neuroscience, which like the most important thing that we do it the way that doesn't matter where you're going to work afterwards. You can bring neuroscience to small companies, to medium companies, to multinational, etc. So we give the tools for our students so that they know to use it in whatever the company they work in or whether they be their own. So to repeat myself, the methodology of Neuro Business School is business, then psychology, and new technologies in marketing, which is neuroscience applied to business.
Awesome. I love the fact that the kind of pedigree that a student gains after graduating from neuro business pedagogy will have the opportunity to shift his career, to move his career, and it's very fluid because the core values that are instilled from this pedigree are so robust. Wonderful. Thank you so much for that, Tatiana. I came to visit you in person, and I had the opportunity at looking at your infrastructure, which is so eye-opening to me as well. But I have a question for you. Why have you chosen Barcelona as a compelling base for Neuro Business School?
First of all, we are growing. The whole world is amazing. We love traveling. We welcome students from all over the world, but Barcelona. I've been a student myself. And I've been studying, I'm Russian, so I've been studying in Russia. I've been studying in Great Britain. I've been studying in Germany. But when I came to study to Barcelona, it has many of advantages. First of all, it's a very open city for the international students, which means that imagine yourself, you come here alone, you are 18 or you're 23, and you need to socialize. Obviously, you go to the educational institution where you're studying, but also you need to buy yourself food, you need to go to the supermarket, you need to go to bars, you need to go to the gym, etc. And Barcelona is very open for international students.
Yes.
People are very friendly. Whatever.
Yes.
I'm sure. Badita, hola guapa. It's like people are very open, people are smiling, and it's easier to integrate yourself in the community, which is towards yourself. This is reason number one, because Barcelona is amazing. Then, location of Barcelona. Take a look. 2 hours and a half, you're in France, then you're in Andorra, then you take a plane, you're in Lisbon, and traveling is relatively cheap, and it's like easy. So Barcelona, the location is amazing. It goes without saying that in Barcelona you can find everything, and this is one of the main points for me, that it's not only about beach, because for me, if you live in Spain, you have to live near the beach. It's my opinion. It has to be like that, and Barcelona has amazing beaches, and near Barcelona is incredible. But the most important thing, that this sightseeing you can combine also with networking, because there are a lot of cities, for instance Madrid for me is mainly about business. Barcelona is combination of business and pleasure. We have a lot of business clubs, we have networking events, all the time something is going on, because Barcelona is attractive, but also you have beautiful nature, you have architecture, the food is amazing. So because of this combination, students fall in love with that. 80% of students who come to Barcelona, they never ever want to come back.
Wonderful. I think I cannot agree with you more, because when I visited Spain, my trip was divided between Barcelona, Valencia and Madrid, and everything that you said, I completely resounded with a yes, because the day I visited Barcelona, there were a lot of activities happening on the road. It was buzzing. The city just can't keep quiet, in a very positive way, if I must say. So this is the place where the young community can thrive, can meet people, to network. And I heard this quote somewhere, Tatiana, and I think they are right to say this. They said, your net worth is your network. So meetings, building that great, incredible network that paves way in your career, in your future. We don't know where life is going to take. So that is fantastic. Barcelona is so vibrant. It's exuberance overflowing, and for the young children and students who are coming from across the world to study in your school at bachelor's and postgraduate level, I think you've made the right choice. So thank you so much for that.
MSM Unify is an amazing company we started to work with, and you're mainly focused on the regions like India, which one else? And let me know, what is the shift that you've done by Spain? Why do you think, for your prospective students, Spain would be a nice destination?
Oh, this is such an incredible and pressing question. Thanks for asking that to me, Tatiana. At MSM Unify, we are very careful and are very attentive in understanding and learning the landscape. At MSM Unify, we are always learning. The learning is relentless, because market always teaches you. From my personal experience, if I were to speak, for the past 16 years being in this sector, I've always seen students aim for the Big Four. The Big Four are the US, the UK, the Australia and the Canada, for various multiple reasons. Maybe they've seen their family go, their friends go, the big US dream that has been hovering over the students. But we all know and collectively agree to this point that because of the rising geopolitical situations, the visa caps which are happening internationally, now students are looking at Europe more than ever. We operate from Africa, India, Middle East and Southeast Asia. We are not just seeing a substantial growth, but a very significant growth and a radar change, if you may, from students looking from the Big Four to Europe, because of the visa stability, the safety, as you've rightly mentioned, for example, in Barcelona, the beautiful combination of exuberance and life and the future and business and technology. Students are looking for this intersection. So more than ever, Spain is not plan B. Spain is becoming the core destination for our students. And India being a volume market, a high economic driven market, students more than ever, they are looking at places where they can have practical, applicable pedigree. And that's exactly students are looking for. So the shift is not just plan B. The shift is so much at a core level. Now students are looking at Europe more than ever in Spain. And this is emerging as a destination for students. We see the inquiries from the service that we do. And we always believe in taking data. Data is our breakfast, right? So when we are having our discussions with our agents or with the school counselors, or when we're meeting students directly or parents, all the factors are now looking at North, and the North is Spain right now.
That's amazing, and I also think that Spain has a lot to offer, because the student profiles you already sent to us, smart students willing to work. That's very important. Like, no one is going to give you come to Spain and you have your work. No. You have to work hard.
Yeah.
Yes. Reality, let's not make the magic out of that.
Absolutely.
But, what I like mainly about your profiles and how you are doing the selection, you yourself as well, so that you send the students who are really willing to work, find their place, really smart. Because
exactly
from the exactly. Well, people are very smart, especially with technology. It's like crazy.
Oh, true that. The speed of technology is changing lives even at a very personal level. Our relationships are being changed. So the speed of technology is so resonating with the speed of Spain. So I think, again, this is a very good intersection. And I have noted down a couple of data points that would like to, I don't want to make a mistake, so I'm going to read it out of my information that I've gathered, that in Spain, universities are seeing a steady increase in international student numbers, for sure. And in fact, Spain has around 242,000 international students from year 2024 to 2025. So that is an 8% year-on-year growth. So now that is not a joke. That's a substantial increase. And now is the time that we bring this fantastic pedigree of business, of psychology and technology to the students, and say that this is not one among your many majors or your electives, but this is your core pedigree that you would be learning, and that will give open doors in technology, academia, pharmaceuticals, teaching. We don't know where the world takes you, but so it's great in terms of this. So, and especially Barcelona is, apart from the exuberance and the business that we've said, is also a hub for a lot of educational top ranked institutions. This tells me students get to have mobility as well. They can attend workshops. And I know at Neuro Business School, you're welcoming a lot of mobility students as well. They're very interested in your pedigree. And I see when I visited your campus, I could see some other students visit. So this is great.
So we already received some profiles from you. Thank you a lot for that. Very happy with that. And I wanted to ask you, how exactly you do this selection for Neuro Business School? What's the process? How do you find students? Could you tell us more about what are you doing at MSM Unify in order to find these wonderful profiles?
I'm super duper excited to answer this question, because there is nothing like this at MSM that we have done before. This beautiful intersection of business, psychology and technology is absolutely very exciting and thrilling for us as a team. So when we are speaking to students, it's very important that we choose the right student for you, and that is what we invest all our time in. And that's why if you see our conversion rates are very high. So me and my team, when we sit together and we brainstorm, we are always looking for curiosity-driven students. Students who are not just looking at a theory-based master degree program, but students who are looking at something that is futuristic, that is very applied, that is very practical, which is future-facing. That is what we have to look for, this kind of appetite within the students. So we are looking for students who are coming from interdisciplinary theories as well. So that is very important for us. During our counseling of students, when we meet students, when we draw in the application, sometimes we have conversations with the parents as well to understand the pedigree of their life. Are they coming from family businesses? Do they want the next generation to break barriers? Because this intersection of psychology, business and technology is amazing. It's going to change the way that we look at our products. It's going to change the way business is going to function. So we are looking at students who have the appetite to break the glass ceiling. So it's very important that we choose this appetite very carefully. So that comes from having conversations, asking the right questions, understanding the story of the students, and at the same time, passing this kind of screening quotient to the agents as well. So that is why when you would have seen the applications that we've sent to you, they're very unique. So not everybody can get into Neuro Business School. This much I know, that you're very particular about the kind of students that you would like to have on your campus, because you want everybody to have that intellectual buzz that goes and that is so beautifully contaminating between students. So that is how we operate and we generate these kind of students. So the common backgrounds that we look at is if the student has a background in psychology or cognitive science or business or clinical psychology or media or UX. So we pick up these interfaces and we try to do the mapping to make sure that you get the right profile of the student on the campus. Because at the same time, we are not just sending your student, we are also impacting the student's life. Because in my personal opinion, I believe that if a student is choosing a university, he's not just choosing a university, he's choosing his life.
Yeah, in some way, yeah, I agree with you 100%. And take a look, we have students with different backgrounds.
Yes.
Different backgrounds, but what we're looking for are the students who come here and do study. It's not because their parents recommended them to study or their agent recommended them to study or you explained that Neuro Business School is this blessed. No, we are looking for someone who comes here, participates in the classes, actually contributes, etc.
And also the credit goes to you as well, because the kind of attraction that you do. So in this regard, I have an interesting question for you, Tatiana, if you allow me. You always attract learners who are often mid-career professionals or entrepreneurs, or analytically they have that kind of mindset. So what are the global skills and the mindsets employers are asking for today that a neuro business education could help a student?
I think the world is very different today, and the companies are requesting different kind of abilities. Take a look. If before your diploma was enough, now no.
Yes.
Okay, you can have whatever diploma you wish, etc. But then you come to work, you don't know how to do anything. No. So what wish is experience. Okay, not only knowledge but experience. That's why we take care that the students start taking internships from the first day they start their classes at Neuro Business School. Because if you have a lot of knowledge but you have no experience, come on, no, that's not what the companies are looking for. Then the second one thing, we attract a lot of entrepreneurs. So why? Because you, me, all our students will have to learn and study during all our lives. Why? Because business is changing, neuroscience is changing, the world is changing itself. And it's normal that you have to upgrade your level, change what you are studying. So it's more than normal today. We have this 1% of entrepreneurs studying online rather than in Barcelona because of the families, because of the work, etc. But it's very important to have this understanding that it's impossible to have one career and then to continue at the same one position during all your life. No, the world is changing that fast. That's why. So, but what people are looking for, proactivity. Okay?
Very rightly said.
You come here, I give you the task, for instance, but you need to think a bit more outside of the task. Give your proposition. That's what we are teaching our students to do. Proactivity, smart people who know how to solve problems, people who don't sit on the Facebook or Instagram or TikTok because they're working hours. It's not working like that anymore. That's what we prepare our students for the reality. Not just you receive your diploma, you come to work. No. You have to be proactive.
I really loved from what you've answered. Two main points stick out for me. One is proactiveness. There is no time to waste. There is absolutely no time to waste. It's like carpe diem. It's for students to seize the moment or for an employee to seize the moment. And the second point, which I really love, is problem solving skills, which is so interconnected to data. At the same time, it's interconnected to psychology as well. So this intersection again is something that you are imparting within your students, because I've had few conversations with your alumni on the campus when I've met them, and they told me about their case studies that they do, how they do their internships. it's very fluidic. I saw the students move very fluidic, and that is so fascinating. And I cannot wait how they're going to apply this in their day-to-day activities and on the company battleground. This is going to be great. I have one question, and I think we both can address this from our individual perspectives as well. Why did you think that this was the right time for Neuro Business School to partner with MSM Unify under a global marketing office model?
It's a personal thing for me, because it's a very big step for us, like, to be honest, and it's kind of trust. Okay, and it's the trust that you managed, you yourself, because first I met you, Babita, and you managed to build this kind of trust between Neuro Business School and MSM Unify. The way you've built the whole process with our team from MSM Unify, the system, how we work together, how fast you reply, how fast you adapt to us, how you've learned about our programs, the effort you've done from yourself, and it all step by step built the trust. That's why we, with the whole team, decided to make this partnership, which is a huge step, and by now happy about that. Trust for us is the main thing, because you can partner with whatever, and all of the partnerships like build very nice pictures, and the picture is one story, but how the things are done is a completely different story.
Oh, thank you so much. This is I will have to take a pause to digest these beautiful, kind words that you have shared with me. So thank you so much. And we also believe at MSM Unify that we do not have something like what Neuro Business School offers on our table. We don't have it. And that's why we are very thrilled, and we have a unique method of approaching the market for this particular school. And at the same time, I believe that the timing is perfect. The timing is perfect because, as circling back to the conversation we had before, the students are looking at Europe more than ever, and Spain is no longer plan B. It's actually the emerging student destination. So in terms of timing, we've made the right choice. And also in terms of the market, India is a high growth market for education. Come on, think about it. Middle East, Southeast Asia, Africa, all these are emerging markets where students are bubbling with thrilling opportunities to look at. And we believe that when Neuro Business School has such a strong pedigree, we thought that this could not be approached in any other normal way. It needed a significant and a distinctive approach. So we made sure the only way to approach it is to have a solid and a robust in-country representation. And that is why we are working with you in a very dedicated way, where we have employed resources just to work for Neuro Business School. So the impact will be not just at a core level, but at a larger level. And the speed is going to be at a very scalable growth as well in the days to come. So, and also at the same time, the expansion strategy also works in coherence with our global marketing office model, especially for the beautiful intersection of business, psychology, AI, and technology. More than ever, it requires a very good hand-holding approach. We need to understand your program so thoroughly in order to impact. So in this way also, I believe that this partnerships is at the right time because it's meeting the market needs at this point of time. So that is wonderful. For agents before, Neuro Business School was one among the many options. But right now in our GMO, Neuro Business School is the only option for the agents that they could speak to the students, counsel them, build on this, alumni stories, etc. In this way, because of the dedicated approach, Neuro Business School is going to have a very segmented pipeline. Could you walk us through one or two flagship programs, say the Masters in Neuro Marketing or the Executive Neuro MBA that you have? What makes them future first in today's world?
Okay, take a look. Master in Neuro Marketing is a very unique program, because if you take a look at all the masters in neuro marketing that exist in the world, they are very, I would say, boring. I'm sorry. And neuromarketing, what is marketing itself? Neuromarketing as marketing has plenty of definitions. Neuromarketing has to be about fun. What is fun? You have to get to know your target audience. It has to be flexible. So take a look. Neuromarketing, as all our programs, it has three main levels. The level of neuromarketing and neuroscience applied to business. What is the investigation of your client? Here in neuromarketing part, we have biochemistry of the brain.
Yes.
Which is difficult. I always say to our students, this module you simply have to survive. Just build life and learn like why it's important. Because when you learn after marketing and neuromarketing tools, you understand which parts of the brain you need to affect in order to stay in the memory of your consumer. Because one story is like to have an ad, and another one story that people remember your ad. But in order to understand how to make people to remember your ad, you need to know something about the brain. So our system is based on the module system. That means one module, 1 month, so that it's easy for students to study. Because imagine there are a lot of terms, a lot of difficult case studies, and it makes that like very understandable for them. So one module at the end of the month's exam, one module at the end of the month's exam, easy. Here you learn about analysis of your target audience, and here you learn about the brain. Then we go to our magic part of business, because you need to have, okay, I know how the brain works, I know how it's called, etc., but what to do with that? You need to have a strategy. Without the strategy, it's nothing. You need to have a strategy for the social media. You need to have the strategy how to affect your consumer. You need to have a strategy if you build a new product. So depending on what you are doing, you are building the strategy. And we also have finance in this module, because everything is at the end about money.
Yes.
Like you can learn whatever, but if you calculate it, the numbers have to be fine. That's why it's awesome. And the third one part in master neuromarketing, psychology. Psychology, because we need psychology in order to communicate with our clients, communicate with our colleagues, with our boss, with whatever. In your family, you need psychology. Like everywhere, we need psychology in our life. And if you know these tools, your life is a lot easier. So these three main points. I have to mention our professors.
Yes.
Is the key. How we make the selection, as far as you're making the selection of students, we're making the selection of professors. Amazing, incredible profiles. Yes, they have PhD, but the most important thing for us is that they know what they're talking about. What means that one story is to read the book about neuromarketing, another one story is to do consultancy, work in huge brands, and actually implement these strategies and show the results of neuromarketing strategies they've done. So practical classes. Professors also for us have to be a bit of fun,
Of course, please.
In this way that is, you listen like that, wow, what he's saying, and students participate in the class. We have students, as you've been mentioning, who are already working or have their own companies or are entrepreneurs. So to entertain these people is difficult.
Of course.
Difficult. So that's why the professors have to be fun, have to have knowledge, but also have to do something in their life, or to have a patent, or to achieve something in big multinational companies, or have their own consultancy. Very complex profiles, we have them. Very, very proud of our team of professors. Really, very proud. Amazing.
I agree with you.
Here, MBA is Master in Business Administration. So whatever MBA it is, it has to have leadership, it has to have accounting, it has to have finance, etc. In our MBA, yes, you have it, but you also have neuro leadership, which is the mix of leadership and psychology.
Did you say neuro leadership?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I've been participating in the classes of neuro leadership 2 weeks ago with our professor. Wow, the techniques he explains, very useful.
Bravo.
And that's the main thing, that the classes he gives or all our professors give make your life a bit easier, fun, or easy in communication, or your results are higher. So neuro leadership, very, very important.
I love this.
And we have neuro sales, because we need to sell. But what is neuro sale? Okay, we don't just push our product to sell, but I need to understand, you were beta first. What do you need in your life? We go not neuro sale. You go not from what I have. We go from the profile, what you exactly need and how we can help you with yours. It goes mainly with the understanding. So neuro sales is a very important tool. Then in neuro sales, and here this thing I'm not going to tell in details because it's the thing you're going to Neuro Business School, but he explains how to do the sales step by step in order to get to the heart of your client.
Lovely.
And that's the thing. In order to sell it in the way that it's not the direct sale, like buy.
It's very consultative.
The heart of your client. And he explains all the steps.
Wow.
Which are
I love the fact that you also enjoy personal learning. That's great. I think that's the reason I always see a visionary within you. You're always learning to upskill yourself. And neuro leadership, wow, I'm attracted to that. Because I believe when we are having conversations and screening the students, especially for Neuro Business School, it's not anybody who's looking for a normal MBA or a normal master's in business and technology. No, this student wants to do at this intersection because he sees an innovator within him. He or she sees an innovator within them. At the same time, when they see innovation, I believe a leader comes with innovation, right? And a leader is innovating every day in different steps of leading the team. And I think this particular topic of neuro leadership is such a blessing to students.
You know what he explained, and what I liked one of our professors during last sessions about neuro leadership. Okay, everyone wants, and you're 100% correct, everyone wants innovation from the leader, okay? But how to innovate? Okay, that's the question.
Yes.
The exact question, and what is innovation? And what he explained for me first, that before I do any kind of innovation in my company or whatever the project I'm working in, how I have to feel.
Yes.
What has to be, because we're all human beings, and here we're going back to neuropsychology, and we're going back to our brain. Because imagine yourself, if you're tired, if you had a lot of flights, if you're simply exhausted, you cannot innovate.
Yes.
Seems to be like easy, but people don't do that because we always want to achieve more, we want to do more, we want to go everywhere. But if you are exhausted, you cannot do that. So what he gave to me personally, and that was my personal skill, in case I'm not feeling well, I'm not going to the creative tasks, because my brain, and he explained how to take these 15 minutes breaks that like recover your brain. You sit alone, etc. Like it's also for another one podcast. But what I want to say, like these classes are effective because innovation is important, but you need to know how to innovate. Because like, okay, you need to bring innovation, but how? Like,
how do you do it?
What do you have to do?
No, I like this part because we're all about these big words like neuro, psychology, innovation, but how? Can you just tell me how I can use innovation in my day-to-day life, how I can use innovation in my business, and especially circling back to what you said about your selection of professors, you're very selective and conditioned to pick up people who have real-time experience. Even you've also mentioned that your professors sometimes have their own consultancy, which means there is no greater learning from a book that I would get that from a professor who's really implementing these aspects in his day-to-day life and is not just surviving but thriving and teaching these real-time examples, how Starbucks rose up or real-time case studies.
Exactly. The mistakes of Starbucks. When Starbucks failed, it's nice to learn on the mistakes, because all of us, if you open your own business, one day you're here, then it's normal. We also teach our students how to overcome the difficulties, because it's not that you have the investor, you have the money, and everything goes like, no, you have to learn how to deal with all that. But what I like mainly about them, and the task I always give to our professors, no big words, but explanation how to do it step by step.
So Tatiana, before I conclude this podcast, I must really take this pause to salute you for building this wonderful intersection. During my career, I had the opportunity of sitting in many masterclasses where they spoke about this intersection for sure. But never in my life have I thought that a student will have an opportunity to graduate from this beautiful combination of neuro leadership, neuro sales, understanding people, because you cannot thrive if you don't understand the person in front of you. And you've really put them into such rudimentary basics, which are understandable for students, and how you're building your case studies, how you're making your students learn. I've seen that on the campus, and I must say, I salute you as somebody we are from the same fraternity. Thank you for making this happen.
Thank you, Babita, for these words. For me, the most important thing, I've been working in education before for a long time, and when I've seen this one gap, like you learn business, but then you don't learn about human beings, but then you learn about old school techniques, how to understand your client. No, and then like year by year, it wasn't one day thing. Like we've made this program. Take a look. Every graduation, for me, this is graduation of our students is the most important day. Why? Because here we see the difference. Okay, you came to Neuro Business School at this level, and then where you are when you finish the program. When you finish the program, it's not only about knowledge. It's always about what they've done during the 1 year. We start to with them the final project, writing the final project, and it has to be practical on the first day of the program. Why? Because if you want to make something real or real difference in your life, you need time. Okay, I'm crying all the time during the graduation, because when I talk personally to all the students and then thank us for that, and when we see the difference in their life, for instance, like one girl last year, her mother had a business, but she helped her to open a new branch to do the rebranding, and now it's a huge not multinational yet, I'm not going to lie, but a company in Netherlands that they're doing family business. And
lovely
students, they make changes in their life, and that's like, I agree with you 100%. That's the meaning of the education. It's not only to learn, but to make any kind of change in your life. That's what we make sure it's happening, and that's why for me the results of the students is something that is speaking, not only like life, but when they finish.
Tatiana, I'm fully convinced, and the market is fully convinced about the pedigree and what this business school can do to students. But still, at the end of the day, when we're having conversations with students or with agents or even parents who are sending their little kids still for them at an undergraduate level as well, they're very keen to understand the return on investments. That could be in terms of starting salary, or that could be in terms of what kind of industries that the student would go or network. Could you please share some light on this?
First of all, we do help the students, but it depends on the student as well. Take a look. Spain is a very open market. Here we have a lot of international companies. It makes it easy for them to find employment. What are the steps to do? First of all, imagine yourself. You come here as an international student. You're 18 years old. Okay, you start your bachelor degree at Neuro Business School. We find help to find the students to find an internship in whatever the field they would like to. Normally, students, when you have no experience, we just recommend to start with whatever it is. You just need to start. Wait, let's be real. You need to do management, you need to do copying of the pages, you need to reply the emails, you need to get experience. Because like if you finish your degree, you have no experience, no, I'm not going to tell this story. If Spain is welcoming, no, Spain needs experience as well. We help our students to find internships that they can combine easily with their work. Last year, all of the students who've been taking internships were employed by the companies. All of them. Year before, exactly all of them. Why? Because when you take the internship, you can show yourself. You can prove to the company that you are worth asset for the company, and you have to do that. It's not that companies here in Spain are looking for international students who are 18 and like, no, it's not the reality. You need to like work yourself.
Absolutely. And I think this, you have really shared the transition that students, when they do their internships with the companies, how they showcase themselves, where you play an important role in training them and helping them doing those case studies. The companies see that and they're able to absorb this talent into their organization. So this transition is so handheld by you, and thanks for that. And this is exactly what parents are looking for.
I think, yes, that's the main thing. The students are looking for and the parents are looking for, because education is nice, okay, but the main question is what's next?
Absolutely. What's next? Great, great. Thank you so much, Tatiana, for your time. I think you have wonderfully answered some of the pressing questions that we have in the market today. And I cannot help but once again thank you for building this vision into a concrete reality for us and for the students across the world. It's been 7 years that Neuro Business School has been thriving, and I know that next year there's so much of greatness in store for you, and students will be so benefited from learning from this particular school. So thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate working with you. Collaboration is fantastic.
Thank you, Warmabi. The work you are doing is really impressive. The way you care about us and I guess about other collaborations you have, the 100% the same. For us, it's incredible. Thank you a lot for you and for the whole team.